Final problem today. Durant drove to the Oasis in 2 hours and Medill walked to the Oasis in 10 hours. I think Durant's kind of mean if he didn't let Medill get in the car with him, but oh well. Durant drove, Medill walked. They're both walking and driving to the same place, right? We're assuming they're starting at the same place because they didn't tell us anything different. So here's where Durant's starting and he is going to the Oasis. How far did Durant go?
We don't know.
We don't know. So this is the distance Durant went. Medill walked to the Oasis. He started at the same point Durant did. And he went the same amount of distance. Again, I don't know how far either of them went, but I do know they went the same amount of distance. All right, so Durant's distance is equal to Medill's distance. Okay, it's going to seem kind of counterproductive to keep doing this each time. To draw this picture, it's a habit I want you to create. You have to draw the picture. These problems get more complicated, especially when they start weirding up the pictures a lot. So get in the habit of drawing the picture each time. It helps you to establish that distance relationship, creating good habits in the beginning of these problems. Our categories are Durant and Medill. And the things we care about are rate, time, and distance. So, do we know how fast Durant drove?
No.
Do we know how fast Medill walked?
No.
Okay. And I've seen people do this problem here, and it says Durant drove 16 miles per hour. They think 16, but it says faster than Medill walked. So make sure you read the whole sentence. Make sure you grasp the meaning of the whole sentence before you start throwing numbers down. Okay, we don't know either speed, but his speed is 16 more than his speed. So if Medill's going at some speed R we don't know, Durant's going to go 16 miles per hour faster. And since they use the words miles per hour, that tells me rate's going to be in miles per hour. That means time is in hours and distance is in miles. Again, establishing units within each column is helpful to get the correct units on your answers. Do we know their times?
Yes.
I sure hope so.
2 hours and 10 hours.
All right, so Durant drove in 2 hours, Medill walked in 10 hours. And you don't have the mathematical skills at this point to have unknowns in both of these columns. So if you've used unknowns over here already, you better have numbers here and vice versa. All right, so Durant's distance, we take his speed R plus 16 times 2, I get 2R plus 32. Medill's distance, R times 10 is 10R. And again, our relationship between the two is they're equal to each other, so this distance equals this distance. So 2R plus 32 is equal to 10R. Easiest solution would be to move the 2R to the right. That gets me 32 is equal to 8R. Divide, we get R is equal to 4. Unit of speed is miles per hour. Again, it's very helpful to put the correct units on things to really reinforce what you know. All I know right now is the rate, R, 4 miles per hour. Whose rate is R?
Medill's.
Medill's rate. So I might even put R sub M. Medill's rate is 4 miles per hour. Okay, what's the question asking?
How far is it to Oasis?
How far is it? Okay, so all I figured out is this. R equals 4. So what is this?
20.
20, right? Because we had 16 to 4, we get 20. 20 times 2 is equal to
40.
40. And 4 times 10 is equal to 40. Again, once you know everything over here, rate times time equals distance, right? So Durant went 20 miles per hour, Medill went 4 miles per hour. The distance to the Oasis is 40 miles. They're asking for distance to Oasis, so 40 miles is the answer. The most common mistake people make who understand how to do these problems, they circle this answer instead of answering the question they're asking. So make sure you do that final step. Look and see what you're looking for, and make sure you answer the question you're being asked to answer.